Okay, I want to start out any disclosures of pecuniary interest. Yes, I have one. One with Jeff Harrison and donating land for snow fencing. So I'll declare a conflict. Anybody else have any? Oh, okay, declare that closed. Okay, I need a mover and a seconder to go into closed session. Counselor Reed and Counselor McHugh. Okay, we've got to go into closed session and we'll be back. Thank you very much. We'll be back shortly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Not from where it's telling.
we're ready to get started because we want to get finished. And I can tell you, I apologize. I did get the message. I do have a green shirt. I do. I know where it is. Thank you. Anyways, please stand for Indigenous Land Acknowledgement, National Anthem. Thank you.
We begin this meeting by acknowledging that Quinte West is on Indigenous land that has been inhabited by Indigenous peoples from the beginning. We thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Long before today, there have been Indigenous peoples who have been the stewards of this place. In particular, we acknowledge the traditional territories of the Anishinaabe, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte First Nation. This territory is covered by numerous treaties. We recognize and deeply appreciate their historic connection to this place. We also recognize the contribution of the Métis, Inuit, and other Indigenous peoples have made, both in shaping and strengthening this community in particular, and our province and country as a whole. This acknowledgement serves as recognition of the contributions and historical significance of Indigenous peoples across Turtle Island and demonstrates our collective commitment to meet the promises and address the challenges of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission within our community.
Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. I got a couple of things I'd like to mention myself before I reach out. I want to acknowledge the healthcare system that we have and the fact that it certainly is there when you need it, and it's an asset to the Bay of Quinte region, what we have, and I know my wife is thankful, and I'm thankful that she's doing well. So the only problem I have is that I had to hire somebody to clean the house, and I didn't realize that Jane was worth as much money as she is. So, yeah, thank you. And just an unfortunate accident in Alberta. 3 young junior hockey players killed. An accident there, claiming on their way to a practice, which is quite normal for many players and many team members going to try to practice and sharpen their skills. And yeah, that's a big loss for many people, many parents, many families, team members, and so on. Also, I want to thank all our first responders, and in particular our paramedics. I understand we had some injured here recently, and that's so very sad to have that happen to anybody, but our first responders are trying to save lives, and they're out there all the time, and I really thank them, and our prayers and thoughts are with the families of these young paramedics and what they do. And I want to also at this time just acknowledge the first responders that we have in our city, and I appreciate the work they do all the time. Chief Whalen and Inspector McNaughton for the work that all the people who are part of your organization work for the city. Yes, they do, but you direct them, and you are the people who are responsible for the good work that they carry out on a regular basis. So I thank you very much, and also acknowledge Doug Detler passed away, and Doug was a big part of city council at one time, making sure that we were on the right track, and he attended a good many meetings, and it's unfortunate, but Doug did pass away, and I want his family to know that our thoughts and prayers are with them as well. So, okay, anybody else have anything to add today? Councillor O'Neill, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. February 28th, there's two big fundraisers. One's Trementon Memorial Hospital Foundation's having a pickleball tournament in Belleville, and it's coldest night of the year, also on February 28th at multiple locations. So if anyone's looking to help raise money for either of those causes, they're great causes to raise money for. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. You just reminded me, I'm going to jail, I think, soon. I think it's the 7th of February, so, yeah. So if you can help me get out or bring me a hacksaw, something, anyways, no, any financial support would be much appreciated, and that's about what I can tell you right now. But I think it's the 7th this week.
I believe it's this Friday
Is
in
it this?
Belleville.
Thank you. This Friday. Okay, it's coming up sooner than I thought. But anyways, the fundraising is for United Way. United Way collects funds and then disperses it to many other parts of our city's organization. So thank you very much. Anyone else? Councillor Armstrong? And
Excuse me, follow up to Councillor O'Neill about the coldest night. Craig Olivier asked me to set up a team, and hopefully councillors would donate to that link and anybody else on your social network. It starts at 5 and runs till 7 for the walk, and then following the walk, there's going to be food and entertainment, and so that's what's going on then. The other thing,
where are they walking? Can you tell us?
they're looping the bridge, and I think they go down to the trail too. It's a big
Okay,
walk,
Okay,
but I think police escorted too.
thank you.
Also, we're all in green tonight. The reasoning for that is our Olympics are coming up, so we thought we'd show them, we support them. And also Director Grimman at our Parks and Rec meeting last week brought up the Quinte West Winter Games, and maybe she could expand on that a bit.
Yes, she can. She will, I'm sure. Director Grimman, go ahead.
Thank you, through Mr. Mayor, to Councillor Armstrong's point. Yes, our special events team has been hard at work with a lot of great community businesses and organizations and partners to pull together the Quinte West Winter Games that will give residents the opportunity to celebrate the spirit of the 2026 Winter Games. So we've got activities happening from February 7th to the 22nd that people can participate in. All the details are online at quintewest.ca, and there's lots of activities, curling, skiing at the Battawa Ski Club, or Battawa Ski Hill, snowshoeing, there's Golden Hawks games, there's free public skating, and lots of great activities. We've also got a bit of a nod to the Olympics as well, that you can collect some ribbons at some of those participating events, collect them to win a Winter Olympic Winter Games prize pack. So yeah, we encourage everybody to get out, get active, enjoy the winter season that is upon us. And again, the details can be found at quintewest.ca.
Can I add a couple of things?
Of course.
Number one is you mentioned the Hawks, and I'm sure you meant to mention the Huskies, right?
The Huskies, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Because we know, all of us know, that the best ice in Quinte West is in Frankfurt. And the reason is it's a cold arena. It's a very cold arena, but it's got the best ice. So, and they're doing well. Canteens open? Yes. canteen is open, and they're selling good hot dogs. I had 2 for last Saturday night supper, so they're good. They're working well. And the Hawks and the Huskies are working hard. Good young men here, families here, and yeah, that's and I know and you know they're treated with respect and dignity. That's the most important part of what is happening in any sports, that everybody's treated with respect and dignity. Doesn't matter if you win or lose, but make sure. Anyone else? Councillor, I think I'm going this way. Councillor Reid first, and I'll come back to you.
I apologize for stating this again this week, but I just want to commend Public Works staff, whether they're on the snowplows or they're behind the scenes, for the fantastic job they are doing, keeping us safe on our streets and our sidewalks. I hear it all the time from people, how appreciative we are of their expertise with keeping us safe and keeping our streets plowed and salted and sanded. And then the cleanup afterwards is amazing. So thank you. Please pass that on, Matt, to all of the Public Works staff. Thank you.
And you don't have to apologize. You can say that every council meeting. Just don't forget what you said. Councillor O'Neill, come on, you know, coming this way then. Councillor McHugh.
Thank you, Your Worship. Yeah, 2 things. First, I'd like to comment on the State of the City luncheon we had last Friday, hosted by the Chamber of Commerce at the 413 wing. It was excellent hearing from various directors and city employees, letting the public know where the city's headed and directed, the big projects that are coming down, and where the tax dollars are being spent. So my hat's off to everybody for that there. And just a little on the side here for this money for the mayor in jail. I'd be willing to pay more money to keep him in maybe than to get him out. That may be a new twist that the United Way could look at. Thank you,
I'll
sir.
figure that out. Just give me a figure and I'll work on it, okay? Thank you. Coming this way. Councillor Sharp.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and look forward to our Quinte West Games and the Olympics, and great to see Councillor Roseblade with her Canada shirt on, and look forward to all the activities in Quinte West and throughout the world. I just wanted to remind everyone of the Community Improvement Plan application for local businesses, which is March 5th at 3 o'clock. So encourage businesses to look up our CIP program, very important and very beneficial. And our Tourism Development Fund application is also coming up. So look up the details for tourism development in Quinte West. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Katsovas? Anything? No? Councillor Card?
Thank you, Your Worship. I was going to echo comments from other councillors. I saw a news article that January had 117 centimeters of snowfall, which is more than the average year in Quinte West. So you can imagine more traffic accidents and work for our public works team. So wanted to also extend gratitude to first responders and public works for a very busy month.
Okay. Councillor, going this way. Anybody else? No? We're good? Councillor Roseblade or Councillor Boyce? Anything? Councillor?
No, thanks. No, thank you.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
The Buster LEA Park is what he's asking about.
I think somebody else will have to go in. I don't know all the details on it, but anyway. Just so use a relative of mine, but anyway.
I'll make a comment. It's just that CAO Chris Angelo notified council members and everybody that the Buster LEA Children's Garden was recognized at this year's Landscape Ontario Awards of Excellence, competing against projects from all across Ontario. Buster LEA was honored with an award of excellence for both commercial design and commercial construction. The projects receiving this honor scored between 90 to 100%, earning them an award of excellence, and Buster LEA Park was right at the top of the list.
Thank you very much. You're right. You're absolutely correct. Anything else? Anything from, I'll start over here, Inspector Ognaut, anything from your end of?
Thanks, Your Worship. I'm just going to make a comment about our funding. Deputy Caddick's out of town for a couple of days, so just in case I get called out tonight during the meeting. But we did receive over $100,000 from the province for the cancer prevention initiative. And we bought 3, they're called extractors, but they're a heavy-duty washing machine, so all our stations now have these to wash their gear after an event, as well as heavy-duty balaclavas with the special particulate blocking units. And it's almost like an automatic car wash, so it's a unit that you can put your air pack and your whole bracket system in, and it sprays it all off and contaminates it. So I'm very pleased through the Solicitor General's office to put that initiative, and they put out $20 million actually. Every fire department in Ontario has received funding back. And just quickly, just for some background, excuse me, cancer is such a big deal in the fire service. So 10% of all firefighters have a higher chance of getting a cancer than members of the public, and a 15% chance of dying of one of those cancers. So back in the day, and Councillor McHugh will agree with me, when I was a volunteer starting out in the 90s, we'd have our gear in our cars and go to a fire and you just put it back in the back seat of your trunk. So, you know, it wasn't very healthy, and I'm glad that things have progressed to that point where health and safety is number one for our first responders. And finally, Your Worship, just with Commander McNaughton's team and Carl Bacher from the Hastings Quinte EMS, we really did have a successful event last week with the major crash we had, with everybody working well together, and none of our first responders were injured, and none of our victims really sustained very major injuries. So great job by everybody.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate the fact that you know, when people want to get answers, they're going to come to you and Inspector McNaughton, because you're the people who are there and involved, and you've got the details, and I thank you very much for being there and enlightening people as to what has happened and how we work together to try to keep things safe. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Anything else? Okay. All right. Okay. Any disclosures of pecuniary interest besides me? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Approval of the agenda, please. Move to seconder for the agenda. Councillor Allier and Councillor Sharp. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Thank you. Carried. All right. Approval of the minutes, and that's minutes of the regular council meeting held on January the 21st be approved, and further that the minutes of the closed session council meeting held on January 21st be approved. So,
I'll move it.
moved by Councillor Kunze, second by Councillor Reid. Sorry.
Oh, he said his hand up.
Oh, a question or comment? Anyone else? Comment or question? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay. We're now at public input. Anybody for public input? Anyone? Public input?
Yeah, down here. Delegations first.
Okay, sorry. Wendy Warner, RTMH volunteer, will address us, council, and give us some more information as to how we can help and keep our healthcare system strong. Wendy?
Good evening, Council, Mayor and Council. It's a pleasure to be back. It's been a couple years, so a familiar surrounding, which is always nice, and friendly faces. I've been more or less parachuted in, or voluntold, by Sharon Urquhart to assist with the Healthcare Connect project for RTMH. So thank you for letting me have a few minutes tonight. I do apologize for the spelling errors that are up there. I had nothing to do with it, but I did want to make sure that you all had the dates and the locations and the times of where this project's taking place. Our TMH, as you know, has always had the hospital and healthcare services in the community at paramount, first and foremost in their actions, and this is their major project coming forward. Anyone who does not have a family physician is encouraged, and we ask you to help encourage anyone without a family physician to please come to one of these dates, and we would be more than happy to help them register. We do have people there that are familiar with the registration process. Likewise, we have a lot of people that have relocated to our community, and they are traveling to see their physician over an hour away. Those people can also register on Healthcare Connect without the risk of losing their family doctor. So that's important that people understand that. A lot of seniors, people we saw on Friday in particular, they're having to travel to see their doctor, or they're not traveling and they're using the Emerge, maybe when they don't need to be really using the Emerge and should be going to their doctor. Those people can get on a list for a physician. So that's important. Why are we doing this? There are 23 family physicians currently in Quinte West. There are 30% at the retirement age that could retire at any time. There are approximately 7,000 residents of Quinte West that have been determined are not rostered. However, the government does have a third party called Healthcare Connect, where people have to register, and it would appear that only 934 people are registered as needing a doctor. So if, for some reason, the province decides to offer any incentives to any physicians coming to practice here, we would not appear to have enough patients available on Healthcare Connect for rostering. So we need to be able to back up the fact that we need more docs, and we are eligible for that incentive. So that's very important. Tonight, also, I was not aware that Phil Wild was going to get here from Denver on time, and he is the chair of RTMH, so I'll turn it over to him. But if you can help us get this word out, certainly we'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
So you're here from the Mile High City.
I am.
Thank you.
Your Worship, Mayor Harrison, and I believe Deputy Mayor, you're January, February. Are you still doing that every 2 months? Council members and staff members, and members of the media as well. Thank you for allowing us to present to you. My name's Phil Wild, and I'm currently the chair of RTMH. I just wanted to jump back a little bit, if you'll indulge. In early 2015, Mayor Jim Harrison asked Betty Kloss, Mike Cowan, and Frank Berry to meet with him to discuss ways to address the impending closure of Trenton Memorial Hospital. The concept of a civic action group was formed, and RTMH was born. It's received strong support by Quinte West Council ever since, and by June of 2016, RTMH began a membership drive with the goal of obtaining 20,000 members. That same month, we developed bylaws and registered RTMH as an Ontario not-for-profit corporation. In August of 2016, the Minister of Health, Eric Hoskins, along with Lou Rinaldi, visited Trenton Memorial Hospital to announce that surgical services would not be removed out of Trenton and moved to Belleville. That commitment meant that the future of Trenton Memorial Hospital had the blessing of the Minister of Health. In addition, the Minister of Health at that time pledged $6 million towards the development of a health hub. Then Co-Chair John Smiley reported that this was in great part as a result of what RTMH and the membership was able to achieve. Since then, RTMH has taken on the challenge of trying to move Ontario Renal Network to recognize the need for dialysis in Quinte West. You've all heard so much about our activities on that. This has been an exceptional challenge encumbered with political and personal posturing. We want to report to Council that our citizens that we've not given up this challenge. In recent years, there's been a lot of medical attention and attention towards diabetes and pre-diabetes. Diabetes is the leading cause of kidney failure, as is high blood pressure and a couple of other polycystic kidney disease. Those precursors lead to chronic kidney disease, which means you need to have dialysis. And so if we were able to, we're going to continue to push for that, and if we can get dialysis here, it means a lot of the preventative stuff that comes along with it. When we take into consideration that these conditions are often leading contributors to chronic kidney disease, it becomes even more important that within our community, we need education and we need services that promote our health. Our YMCA is a step toward that, and this community is pulled together to ensure that there are health support services beyond a hospital. Recently, our TMH recognized that there was so much more that we could be doing beyond serving and protecting the Trenton Memorial Hospital. As a result, we've applied to have our articles amended to include advocating for health services within the community. We're not responsible to any particular group or organization other than our citizens of our TMH community. So with an update, with a recent decision by City Council to restructure physician recruitment and the retention committee, our TMH was recently approached to assist with the registration of citizens with Healthcare Connect. This is the provincial registration list of Ontarians without a family doctor. Currently, the HCC list has about 950 names on it for Quinte West, but we understand that they're likely closer to the range between 6,500 and 7,000 residents. There are shut-ins, there are elderly, there are the disabled, there are homeless, many different groups of people that for various reasons have not registered on this list. The result is an inaccurate list, and this list implies to municipal and provincial government that the doctor shortage in Quinte West is significantly less than what it really is. Wendy alluded to the upcoming potential retirement. For those of you who are not aware, if your family doctor's been practicing medicine for 20 or more years, he likely has a roster of upwards of 3,000 or 3,500 patients. New doctors coming to the community are limiting that to 1,000 to 1,500. So that means if a doctor retires today, we may need up to 3 new doctors. I've sat on the Physician Recruitment and Retention Committee since its inception, and it seems that every time we were successful at procuring a new doc, we would lose another new doc, or we would lose an existing doc. And so it does not seem that we're actually moving forward. As Wendy has shown you with this slide, we're setting up registration stations throughout Quinte West catchment area to facilitate the online registration process. It's a cumbersome thing, and many individuals initiate, go online, and start the process. But every time you say yes to a medical question, it pops up with more additional questions, and a lot of people just shut it down and say, forget, it's too complicated. I'm asking City Council today to support and to promote the online registration process through any and all means possible. What we do not need is the province telling us that this is a municipal concern, or that the municipality to be saying that this is a provincial matter. This is a citizen concern. And each level of government needs to look to see what part you can contribute to the health delivery that we serve to our citizens. I would ask the council move to work with physician recruitment in whatever manner, activity, and contribution that it can consider to ensure that our residents have quick and immediate access to primary care. The hospitals and your electorate will thank you for your support. Thank you for your time and your attention to this matter this afternoon. Are there any questions?
Councilor O'Neill, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thanks for your presentation, Phil. My understanding is that military members, their families, or their children aren't covered to get doctors. Have you considered reaching out to the base commander's office to see how they could help you with the registration on this?
Yeah, we've been in contact with them. You're absolutely right, Councilor O'Neill. The federal government provides health care services only to enlisted military individuals and not to their family members. Our TMH has discussed some different ideas of concepts of presenting to the government and or our family doctors to see if we can have a block of available spots held by a local family doctor, so that when a family member, a military member is transferred out, that a new member coming in can automatically slide into that without having to go onto the Healthcare Connect.
I'm going to add.
We're just going to add. But we've been in contact. Go ahead.
So the physician recruiter has been in touch with the MFRC, and MFRC is creating a list, and they're actually making it part of the onboarding system when a new family comes in, to be able to get them registered right then and there with Healthcare Connect.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Good. Did I have anybody over here for another question? No? Okay. Councillor Card.
Thank you, Your Worship. More of a comment than a question, but thank you for the presentation, Phil and Wendy. This is incredibly important for our community, this work right now, boosting this list up to its proper number, accurate number. We heard at the State of the City address from our CAO that up to 20% of our population, based on Jessica Smiley's projections, up to 20% of our population may be unrostered at some point this year. The number is growing. 1 out of 5 residents, that is really, I don't think anyone's happy with that. There is a lot of work to do on this issue, I think, going forward. And as you and Wendy mentioned, there are so many ways that we lose as a community when this list doesn't accurately reflect the number of people. You mentioned with the provincial government, saying that, doctors aren't an issue here with only 900 and some on the list. We heard in December from the Ontario Health Team for Hastings Prince Edward that $2 billion from the provincial government, the Primary Care Action Plan, that the first 2 rounds of that funding wasn't focused in Quinte West, partially because our Healthcare Connect list is so low. And that was one of the variables that they were looking at. So we are have a similar or slightly worse number than neighboring municipalities such as Belleville in terms of percent of our population that is unrostered, but yet didn't get the focus of that funding because this one number, the Healthcare Connect number, doesn't accurately reflect it. And I thank you a lot for this, because I think that a huge part of the work that's going to have to be done in the community is communication and meeting folks where they're at, not only for the technology hurdles and those sorts of things, but I know just from some of the conversations I've had and social media posts I've done, trying to give more attention to this subject, that folks have family members or friends, or they themselves maybe were on Healthcare Connect previously, and for a long period of time without getting a doctor, they become discouraged, kind of drop off, fall off, and there is I think some faith in that it won't connect them with a doctor, or that the wait is so long that it isn't worth it. So I think that is one of the hurdles to overcome that all of us have to do together, and really let people know that this matters. Not only if you have a doctor, this still affects you, because, as you said, these folks have to go to the emergency room. They have to go to walk-in clinics and these other places and they're sicker when they don't have primary care. These health ailments get worse. So we all suffer, even if we are rostered.
Yeah. Excellent points. Thanks, Zach. I'll just try to expand on that a little bit, if you can indulge me. It used to be that if an individual was resident, I'll just say Toronto, and chose to relocate out here, knowing that there's no doctor here, they would not de-roster from their family doc. Wendy alluded to that. And the reason that they would do that, the only way for them to get on Healthcare Connect at that time was to de-roster from their family doc. Who would give up your family doc, being able to meet them on a short term, to come out here and to wait for 1 to 7 years to get a family doctor? So they don't do it. So they're still rostered in there, and then they're not eligible to go on the Healthcare Connect list. Recently, the government has acknowledged that that's a flaw in the system, and so they've allowed, if you now live an hour away from your family doc, you can register on the Healthcare Connect and then be eligible for a doctor closer within the hour. And so when you then are assigned to a doctor within that travel distance, then you would be de-rostered from your Toronto doctor. Okay, so if you have conversations with people and they say they're not going to let go of their family doctor, tell them they still can register for Healthcare Connect now and still retain their doctor. They do not have to relinquish that doctor until they're appointed a local doctor.
And that's a big step forward.
It is a huge step forward.
Yes, sir.
The other point I'd like to make, Councillor Card alluded to the impact on healthcare, on the hospital, The whole healthcare system is a set of dominoes that lines up. If mom comes home from work at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 o'clock in the afternoon and the child has a rash, if there's no after-hour clinic available for them to go to, they're going to default to emerge. The emergency department is going to triage from critical, like the heart attack or the motor vehicle accident, down to the colds and the rashes and the bumps and the bruises. And the bumps and bruises, we all hear these horror stories of 7-8 hour waiting times. And that's because they're not life-threatening. But mom has to sit there with the child for that long length of time because there's no after-hour clinic. Our docs that we have presently are so taxed that nobody's able to give more into the evening hours and to support after-hour clinics. So having primary care physicians and having a plethora of family care physicians is critical, because then you're going to be able to see after-hour clinics popping up and being available on Saturday and Sunday and on Tuesday at 7 or 8 o'clock at night. That releases the pressure on the hospital system, which is going to save money. Hospitals are a lot more expensive to treat a rash than an after-hours clinic. So it is a domino effect.
Mr. Mayor?
Okay, Councilor Sharp.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think the group was looking for a motion of support for this initiative, so I'd like to put forward the motion to council that we support RTMH and the volunteers working with our physician recruitment coordinator to encourage Healthcare Connect public registration with any support we can give as a council with our marketing and services, facilities, and so forth in support of this initiative that is very, very important. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to get a seconder, Councilor Stead-on. Then I'm going to take a minute and ask if Jacqueline or Jessica have anything you'd like to add to this. Jessica, physician recruitment, you got them in your pocket?
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. No, I just want to commend RTMH. I approached them with this endeavor, and they've taken it on wholeheartedly and have even amended their bylaws to reflect the need that healthcare is beyond the four walls of the hospital, and it includes primary healthcare. So I'm looking forward to the continued joint effort with RTMH to actively reflect the severe healthcare crisis in Quinte West when it comes to primary health care, and I thank them in advance for all their hard work.
Thank you. Anything else, Director Grimman, or you're in this one or not? Somebody, I get you in everything, or I leave you out of everything. You're good? Okay, anything else, Mr. Clerk, anything else you want to add, or anybody over there? Or? No, you're good? Okay, well, again, I want to thank you very much. RTMH, you think you're getting a pension? No, you're not. So stick with us. There's no pension.
I just wanted to ask on follow up to Dave's comment earlier as to whether or not there's a cap on the bail bond for your release.
Yeah, that's right. I need money. Yeah.
We'll take it $1 shy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. Anyways, again, I thank RTMH for. Yeah, you know, time flies, doesn't it? I didn't realize. I think about it. It's been a long time, but you've stuck with it, and I really appreciate it. Frank Berry was one of the first guys that came forth, and Mike Cowan's been a great member, and all of you. I appreciate the work you've done so long, and you know, I was just in Belleville at the hospital a while ago, and I had a couple of people come up and thank me for the work that is being done in physician recruitment in general, and trying to, get people the basic care that they need, and thanking all of us for the work we've done. So, yeah, it doesn't go unnoticed, even though you may think it does. It doesn't, and people really appreciate it. So. That's and I think that's a big part of life, is saying thank you. So, again,
you got a motion to deal with.
Yeah, I got the motion. Okay, motion is put forth, and I'm sure you all know what it is. So I'm going to ask you, all in favor? Carried. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks. Now I think I can go back to where I was a few minutes ago with public input. Anybody else here for public input? Anyone? Okay, all right, we'll keep going then. Thank you. Corporate services, our CAO, Chris Angelo's in Toronto. He's a director on Ontario Good Roads, and that's where he is, and he'll be there for the next, be home likely late Friday. Be home Friday, so that's what he's doing, and thank him very much for being a member of that organization and helping them move forward with many of the activities that they deal with. So, all right, so the first one I have is a resolution that staff report by Virginia Latour, Manager of Legislative Services, Deputy City Clerk, regarding property transfer, Grist Mill Lane, Green Street, Sydney Ward, be received, and the council directs staff to follow due city process to complete the transfer of the subject property described as part of Green Street Plan 94, designated as Part 1, 21R, 12009, at no cost to the city, and staff, that's it, okay. All right.
Yeah, I'll move it.
Councillor Kuntz, Councillor McHugh, any comments or questions? Anyone? All in favor? Carried, thank you. Okay, the next one is by Virginia Latour again, and this is that council directs staff to enter into temporary snow fence. Oh, I've got to declare, sorry, a conflict on this one. So, Deputy Mayor, you carry this.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Okay, the resolution states that the staff report QW-2026-00017 by Virginia Latour, Manager of Legislative Services and Deputy Clerk, regarding snow removal fencing agreements be received, and that council directs staff to enter into temporary snow fence agreements with Von Lang, Mazing Acres, Inc., and Jeff Harrison in order to mitigate snow drifting and improve road safety during the winter season, and further that the Director of Public Works and Environmental Services be delegated the authority to approve temporary snow fence agreements. Mr. Clerk, is there any other further comments from the City Clerk's Department in that regard?
No, nothing from me, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure. Okay, mover, Councillor Reid and Councillor McHugh, any questions or comments from the city? Mr. Armstrong?
I was questioning the spelling of Vaughn. B-A-U?
B-A-U-G-N, yeah.
I think that's the proper spelling, but I asked to be checked, and I don't know. Just for the minutes, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah, through your worship, we'll double check that.
Okay. We'll have that for the minutes when they are recorded. Anyone else? Councillor O'Neill.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I think this is a great initiative by staff. I know County Ward 40 that it really is bad, and to do this can only help. So thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor of the resolution? Carried, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, can I ask Director of Public Works, how long has it been since we used snow fencing? Any idea?
Through your worship, I don't have the exact number, but I've been here a long time, and
Yeah,
this
it
is
has
the
been
first in a long time.
But it's obviously working this year. Thank you very much. We'll maybe take a look at that and bring it back next meeting.
Yeah, through your worship, I can just report that, we have noticed, I have asked and followed up with our staff, and they said it has been successful. We will be doing some snow blowing in behind the fence to try and capture more snow. As you can see, most of it is buried at this point. Thank you.
Okay, so the next one I have is Resolution Staff Report 2026-00018 by Virginia Latour, Manager of Legislative Services, Deputy City Clerk, regarding refreshment vehicles exemption bylaw 12-96 6.1.4 be received, and further that council direct staff to enforce section 6.1.4D of the business licensing bylaw 12-96 and deny the license application for the pink funnel. Or that council approve an exemption request from the pink funnel to allow for 2 mobile refreshment vehicles on one lot, and that staff be directed to process the pink funnel's license application pending fire inspection and payment. Okay, what do you want to do? Tell me. Councillor O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make the motion to approve an exemption request for this.
Okay. Second, okay.
I have a
Any other
question.
comments?
I have a
Anyone
question.
else? Councillor Quinte, then Councillor Armstrong.
My only concern, I don't have a problem with as long as it remains the father-son agreement, but my only problem is what if tomorrow they sell one of the trailers to another business? So we should
Can't
have a
sell, I
condition where, put a condition in place so that it's still the father and son business. As long as it remains the two of them, then hallelujah. But if the ownership should change on one or both of those trailers, that we should pull the exception.
Can anybody make reference to the license? Can they actually sell the business with that license, or that license is approved for only a business?
Yeah, that's correct, Mr. Mayor. The license is non-transferable, so if someone else bought that business, they'd have to reapply and
Yeah, okay.
request another exemption from council.
Councillor Card.
Thank you, Your Worship. I would disagree respectfully with Councillor Quinte with that amendment. In terms of, in 2023, when we granted the exemption for 22233 Loyalist Parkway and Carrying Place, those two food trucks had different owners. So I would suggest, just from my perspective personally, it doesn't matter necessarily that they're father and son. I think it might be time to reinvestigate the bylaw now that this is the second time this term. I wasn't around when this was drafted, but if the logic behind it was that we didn't want competitors, on top of each other, having the effect of negatively affecting the businesses economically by having a second food truck show up very close. The market has changed in this regard quite significantly in this time period, and now, in fact, the food trucks want to create a destination where actually multiple of them are in close proximity, and they both benefit mutually from that, as you see in the Carrying Place and out of the county in various locations, et cetera. So I think it might be time. I mean, I'm fine to keep giving individual exemptions also, but I think that the market has changed to the extent that different business owners, whether it's father and son, actually seek to be close and both benefit from the synergies of that now. So the market has changed significantly since the bylaw was enacted, I think.
All right, we still got a motion on the floor, so anything else coming this way? Councillor Armstrong?
Related to, thank you, sir, the El Toro and steak machine, that's what we're talking about. And for some reason, I think how we voted was because they had this relationship, they knew each other. I'm not sure if they're sister and brother thing, but that's how we based the decision on, was that they were in agreement that, and we agreed that it's good to have more variety of that way anyways.
Okay. Anyways, okay. Anything else? I guess all in favor of the motion. That's what I have to see. 1, 2.
Mike's got a comment here. Councilor Casolas.
Oh, sorry.
No, just to elaborate, thank you, Mr. Mayor, on some of the comments that were made. Yes, I think that it is a good idea. There's plenty of space, as the report says. They're complementing food trucks. I do think it has to be on an individual basis that we react to these, only because maybe a space isn't large enough. Yes, the two individuals may get along, but if the neighboring community see it as a hindrance, or it creates a traffic issue, then that's why we have to look at it individually. But in terms of this one, I'm in favor of the motion.
Okay, I think it was carried, the vote. Okay, so the motion is carried. Thank you. Okay. Next one is Jacqueline. Next one is report Quinte West 2026-00004 by Director McGrimmon, Community Services and Strategic Partnerships, and Samantha Reed, Special Projects Coordinator, regarding 2026 Community Fund grant applications be received, and further that the council approve the 2026 Community Fund grant applications in the amount of $60,968.50, and further that the Director of Community Services and Strategic Partnerships or their designate be delegated the authority to approve 2026 Community Grant Fund grant applications for up to a maximum of $5,000 per recipient on a case-by-case basis, provided there is funding available and the application meets the Community Fund grant policy. Okay?
Jacqueline, he wanted Jacqueline to speak to it.
Okay, Jacqueline, do you want to speak to this before I call the vote, or?
Thank you, through you, Mr. Mayor. My colleague Samantha Reed, Special Projects Coordinator with our department, did the heavy lifting on the review of all these applications. So I'll turn it over to her to give a bit of a briefing, and then we'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, and through the mayor to the rest of council. The City of Quinte West accepted community fund grant applications between August 1st and September 30th in 2025. And through the budgeting process in the fall, council approved just over $111,000 to be distributed to the applications that meet the eligibility criteria as laid out in the policy. And you may remember the policy was recently updated and approved at council at the July 16th, 2025 council meeting. The city received 41 applications, and they were reviewed by staff as per the policy, and that is what informed the recommendation within the council report that you see in front of you. And through the process, staff outlined in the report the recommendations and then also the rationale for the applications that were either denied or were receiving recommended a reduced amount due to the eligibility. So if there's any specific questions you have regarding the report, I'm happy to answer them.
Stedall, Councillor Reed, moved and second. Questions or comments? Councillor Stedall first, and then Councillor O'Neill.
Thank you, Worship. I just wanted to say how pleased I am with the way the program has rolled out, and I'm glad to see that staff is doing the heavy lifting and reviewing all of these applications. The report's well done, and I think it gives us lots of background as to, why some of these different programs were accepted and rejected. And I just want to say thank you very much for being so thorough.
Thank you. Councillor O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you to Samantha. I was kind of surprised with the Trenton Legion not putting an application in, and I was told that they're stopping their breakfast program. I've been to it many times. Did they just forget, or have they decided they're not going to do the breakfast program anymore?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, to Councillor O'Neill. I hadn't received any communication from the Trenton Legion, but that is something I can look into if you want, but I'd never received an application or any communication afterwards that they missed the deadline or were not going to apply.
Okay, would you follow up on that, please? I think that's, yeah.
Yes, I can follow up.
And do we have, never mind that. I was going to say, do we have any money left? We don't likely. Anything else coming this way? Okay, Councillor Card.
Thank you, Your Worship. And just to clarify through you to Director Grimmin, would it be your intention if this is passed, the motion as worded of the report and the delegated authority, that someone like the Trenton Legion could make an application later for the remaining funds or other community groups or what have you?
Through the mayor to Councillor Card, yes, that's correct. That is the intention of that part of the recommendation that's attached to the report. Yeah, we certainly invite and we promote the program to have applications come in for a certain period of time so that we can, be as efficient as possible in vetting those. But we also know that things come up outside of that time period, and so that's why we have put that provision in. Should there be budget remaining, that we can potentially consider things on a case-by-case basis and, be able to do more with any remaining funding and potentially fund some great community initiatives. So yes, I would welcome, the Legion and others to reach out if they missed the opportunity, should council approve the report as presented.
Councillor Roseblade, do you have a comment or question?
I do have a question. I appreciate staff did get back to me with a few questions I had earlier, but in the email I received said that they could apply again, as Jacqueline Grimman just said, for budget that's left over for 2026. Is there a timeline? Are you accepting new applications, or are you just accepting applications from previous recipients? I'm kind of confused, because normally there's a deadline for when you can apply, and after that deadline, people are pretty much out of luck if they didn't apply on time, but now we're opening it up for people to reapply. I didn't see the new policy that was changed in July of 2025, obviously. So I just wonder if you could clarify this. So if there are people that applied who got turned down, they are now open to reapply in 2026 because there's budget money left over for something else to see if they qualify. Can you please elaborate on that?
Yes.
Through the mayor to Councillor Roseblade, if an applicant has applied and has been unsuccessful with their application, typically there's reasons for that based on eligibility. If they have another project that they are considering that may better qualify for eligibility under the program, certainly it's probably best for them to reach out to us before just resubmitting an application, so that we can work with them to ensure any future applications are as successful as possible and meet the criteria within the policy. But yeah, we wouldn't look to open up and advertise another intake. Again, if there's special projects that come up, or if there's applications that, from applicants that were unsuccessful, that, change a project or look to fit something in that is more eligible under the criteria of the funding application, then those are things that that we can consider. We certainly wouldn't do that without bringing back a report to council at the end of the year if that is the desire of council.
Okay.
Thank you, but is there a deadline? Is there a deadline when these people can actually apply? Because when does the intake start for 2027?
Do you have a deadline?
Yes, through you, Mr. Mayor, to Councillor Roseblade. So the intake is the same every year. So it would be August 1st, 2026 to September 30th. August 1st to September 30th for the 2027 budget year. So if they were applying for projects that are happening and going to be completed in 2026, they could technically apply right till the end of the year, as long as their project would be completed in 2026. Whereas those applications that are open in the intake for August 1st to September 30th would be projects that are happening in 2027.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor? Okay, thank you. I'm just confused with why we have a strict deadline from August 1st until September 30th to get your application in, but now we're opening it up for a whole nother year. That's a little confusing.
Mr. Mayor? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead,
Thank you.
Councillor Sharp.
I appreciate, I support the report as written. I don't support us opening it up in any way, that we have surplus. That's great. We'll have a lot of things that may be over budget. We have a deadline. If people missed it, unfortunate. But it just adds confusion. And no, we had a deadline. We've been through this with our past committees that dealt with grants, and it was very difficult. And we made the decisions based upon the criteria, and I'm glad that staff had vetted them so thoroughly. Totally support that. I don't like the idea of someone coming in late and now we can have another boo. So won't support that. Thank you.
I'm in agreement with Councillor Sharp. The deadline's there for a reason. What gives them any incentive to fill it out then? There are extenuating circumstances. I understand something may come up before that August 1st deadline, and maybe we can revisit it at that time. However, I wouldn't suggest offering them the full 5,000 because they did miss the deadline. So we can review something if there's an extenuating circumstance, but they are ineligible for the full amount. Because not only does staff has a whole bunch of applications that clearly didn't meet the criteria. They're not in Quinte West, or they're not a charitable organization. I think they did an excellent job, and even if someone didn't qualify, staff didn't stop there. They said, reach out to the Small Business Center, reach out to Public Works. Like, they were very helpful in getting them additional funds if they didn't meet this grant criteria. So I believe we honor the deadline, and should something come up that we can't foresee, again, just to reiterate, they're not eligible for the full amount.
Okay, anyway, Councillor Reid, go ahead.
I agree totally with Councillor Sharp and Councillor Katsovas. A few of us on this council have gone through this, and there's a deadline for a reason, and I think we need to stick to the deadline. People have been made aware of it. They've got lots of time to submit their application in, and I do not think that we should consider extending it now. There's no sense in having a deadline, so I won't support that part either.
Councillor Stendhal?
And I would agree as well. I think when we originally took a look at this program, I believe that we had a consideration whether or not there were multiple intakes, and I've seen that with other community programs, is that there are multiple intake dates, but we did not approve that one. So I think that, you know, there are 41 applications. They've been vetted. This is a lot of time and energy invested by our staff. And I think that if they are interested in applying next year, then they can definitely go to the next application round rather than having extension until the end of the year.
Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone? Okay, so we're approving part of it, but not all of it, right? That's what we're doing. Correct?
No, through you, Mr. Mayor, the motion on the floor is the whole motion as listed on the agenda.
Okay, so we gotta defeat the full motion or pass it, right? Okay, all right.
Yep.
All in favor of the motion as presented? As presented. Okay, so that's lost. All right, so then we drop the last paragraph. Come back to that motion without the last paragraph. Need a mover and a seconder for that one. Councillor Duncan Armstrong, Councillor Jim Elliott. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Carried. Okay, you got it? All right, Mr. Clerk?
Yes, sir.
You're good? Yep. Okay, we're on to Public Works. Resolution, staff report, Quinte West 2026-00013 by Robert Jackson, Manager Engineering Services regarding waterfront trail license agreement be received, and that council approve the license agreement with Choice Properties GP Incorporated for the waterfront trail and on 303-305 Dundas Street East. Okay. Moving a seconder for this one. Councillor McHugh moves, seconded by, need a seconder. Councillor Sharp, thank you. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Carried, that's good, thank you very much, okay. All right, proclamation, council proclaimed February 17th as Chinese New Year in the city of Quinte West, and further that the city Quinte West sign and the Veteran Skyway Bridge be illuminated in the color red on February 17th, 2026, pending no scheduling conflicts. Moving a seconder for that, please. Councillor Reid moves, seconded. I need another seconder. Need a seconder. Councillor Armstrong, thank you very much. Any questions? All in favor? Thank you. That's passed. Thank you very much. And the next one is that council proclaim February 2026 as World Day of Social Justice in the city of Quinte West. And further, that the Quinte West sign and the Veteran Skyway Bridge be illuminated in the color blue on February 20th, pending the scheduling conflict. No scheduling conflict. Mover and a seconder for this one. Mover, Councillor Reid moves. Say the seconder. Second, Councillor Elliott. Comments or questions? All in favor? Carried. That's good. Thank you very much. All right. That's proclaimed February 25th as Trenton Memorial Hospital Day in recognition of the hospital's 75th anniversary in the city of Quinte West. Wow, Councilor McHugh moves, seconded by Councilor Boyce. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any comments or questions?
Congratulations.
That's right. Congratulations. Just looking forward to the next 75 years. All in favor? Thank you very much. Carried. Okay, correspondence, printed and non-printed, okay? Mover and a seconder. Councilor Card moves, seconded by, okay, I just get a second and I'll get a comment. Councilor Boyce, thank you. Go ahead, Councilor Card.
Just a small detail. In the Heritage Advisory Committee minutes, Trenton Herald, the Herald is misspelled.
Yeah, okay. We'll get him to correct that. Okay. Any questions? All in favor? Carried. Thank you very much. Okay, so now, I guess we got non-printed, but resolution of the printed correspondence items 12(1)A, B, 4, council information be received and filed. Okay, moving a second for non-printed.
Hey, Mr. Mayor, that's the one we just did.
Oh, I thought he did the, okay, so it's all done then, okay. All right, notice of motion. Councilor Stedall, Omer's governance changes, Bill 68. I'll let you read this, Councilor Stedall, how's that?
How about I just give you a brief?
You can do a brief,
Okay.
yes, you can do a brief. Your
It-
pension will be in the mail.
Yeah, so our OMERS municipal pension is very important to very many of our staff, but also it's a huge cost to the city as well. It's a benefit that brings municipal employees to the town, to the city. They want to work for us because we've got a good pension, but with this resolution or this act that's coming forward, it's going to erode the one board. It's going to turn it into a committee. OMERS is funded by municipal taxpayers and the employees. It's not funded from the province at all. It's all municipal tax dollars. And the governance decisions with this fund should remain with the owners and the sponsors who bear the financial risk, which is us. The way that this legislation is changing is going to actually allow the province to have some kind of say into the pension plan, and that's a risk. That's a huge risk for us, and so I'm asking this. I know it's a long-winded resolution. It's being promoted by AMO as well as the Eastern Ontario Wardens Caucus, but it calls on the government to stop. The concern is how they could use that funds. So right now, we've got a really robust investment program. There's many people that are retirees that are relying on this pension. And if they have any change in that governance and how some of these investments are made, then it could erode what is a stable source of income for our people that have put many years of service into this, into working for the public. So that's why this resolution is on here, and I hope council will support it.
Second by Councilor McHugh. Okay. Comments or questions? Councilor Quinte.
What was the motivation for the province of Ontario to stick their nose in here? Like, what's the point?
You can answer that yourself because I can't.
There was a study that was done, and the premier put somebody on a study that took a look at the governance model that's been in place for 20 years, and once the day after the study was presented, the legislation was put in place that they were going to dissolve the one board. So it has no real specific reason, but the concern again is that there's some risk that now the province can have their hands in the pension and potentially could use it for things other than the investments that are keeping the pension afloat right now.
Thanks. I know who to call.
Pardon?
I know who to call.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Anyone? All in favor? Carried. Thank you very much. Okay, now I'm at the resolutions, bylaws, be read first, second, and third time. I need a mover. Councilor McHugh moves, seconded for the bylaws, seconder. Councilor Card, comments or questions? Comments or questions? All in favor? Carried, thank you very much. Okay. Now, I guess we're at the one we all want to get to, and that's confirmation. Or do we have to vote on the? Okay, confirmation, Councilor Sharp moves, seconded by Councilor Card. All in favor? And pick 2 for adjournment, and thank you very much. And if you tend to be praying, stop praying for snow. I've got lots. But you know, yes, we've had a lot of snow. Yes, we have. But you know, this spring when we come, and next fall when we come to rural area, rural properties, those wells are going to have water in them. So, yeah, it's a rough road, but that's the way it is. Okay, I got 2 for adjournment. We're done. Thank you very much. And tomorrow's the day after today.
Good night, everyone.
I'm sure of that.